Good morning. Welcome to Unity Longmont Spiritual Center on Sunday, the 16th of July, 2023. We're blessed to have Rev Dan Kendrick with us this morning and Teresa Storch providing music. So we will start with Teresa, please.
Good morning. So, since the 4th of July happened, now it's been a while. It's been over a week, but I haven't seen you. I learned a fun Katy Perry song, which is very uplifting, called Firework. It has a really beautiful message, and if you ever watch her videos, it's a really cool video. So, I wanted to share it with you guys. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting in the wind, waiting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screens, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's a chance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine, and just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go up, up, up as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go up, up, up. You're gonna leave 'em all in awe. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. You're original, cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe the reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. And like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and then it's time, you know, you gotta ignite the light and let it shine, and just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go up, up, up as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go up, up, up. You're gonna leave 'em all in awe. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you. Now it's time to let it through. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. I'm gonna cry. Leave 'em all in awe. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go up, up, up. You're gonna leave 'em all in awe. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon.
Thank you, Teresa, for that lovely, lovely message of each of us being of value. Thank you. So it's at this time that we go into prayer together. We do so by taking a breath, being aware of our body and our mind, whatever emotions and feelings and sensations we have. We rest into that awareness and let us remember how valuable we each are, how very unique we each are. And in that value and in that uniqueness, we recognize we are each an expression of the divine. What a joyous blessing that is. Let us remember it for ourselves and remind each other. When we say hello, we say in our minds and hearts, hello, I see you and I see your divinity, your value and your uniqueness. For this and so much we are grateful. Thank you. And so it is. We'll hear from Teresa again.
Felt like playing a moon song after that. Mr. Moon, what's new with you? It's been a long time since we've sat and shared the view. Mr. Moon, well, I've been okay. When you've been gone, I've had the stars to light my way. Mr. Moon, well, I do proclaim there's a boy who's gone and stolen my heart away. What can I do when I've been a fool? I believed my own lies, even told you they were true. Well, is there only one for each of us? Could I miss my chance at happiness? When it's time to make my choice, will you be here to help me see it through? Is there only one for each of us? Could I miss my chance at happiness? When it's time to make my choice, will you be here to help me see it through? 'Cause my wish is true. I've made my choice, and now the rest is up to you.
So lovely, Teresa. Thank you so much. And let us open our hearts and minds for Rev Dan Kendrick.
Well, it's good to be here. And no, Teresa and I did not talk to each other and decide both to wear black shirts today. and to fix our hair in a very similar way. See, okay. But I do like the synchronicity of it all. I'm here. I'm present. And I'm reminded of a quote I picked up the other day. I got the quote, but I didn't get the author. They went through it so fast, I was only able to get the quote. So I don't know the author, forgive me. But the quote was to be in love with what is now is the way. Be in love with what is now is the way. And when I say that to myself, I'm brought to the now. And then also the question is, well, am I in love with what is now? And then what goes inside me is, well, I don't know if I'm fully aware that I'm in love with what is now, but I'm open. I'm open. And I'm willing to be here and allow the power of living love to work with me. And let's say ignite that spark. I find myself in a position many times of having the task, well, how do I ignite the spark? And I have so many opportunities to practice. And this morning is one of them, sitting here with you. So I have faith. But as the saying goes, faith without works is dead. So I showed up. That was one of my works today. Like, okay, I can do the work part. I know how to get my body ready. You know, my feelings may not always be lined up. Rarely are they lined up. If I'm looking to find the spark, sometimes I have to work with my feelings. And sometimes the work is, well, I don't necessarily feel like it, but I think I'm going to do this anyway. Which reminds me, a couple of weeks ago, I just finished a day's work. It was something like a Thursday, or I think Wednesday or Thursday, and I'd been on the online. I see a lot of people online during the day. So I was tired physically, but I really felt like I needed to get out and walk and move my body. It was towards the end of probably about 7 o'clock. But part of me was a little bit lazy, didn't want to make that first move and get out there. Not only physically, but emotionally. It's like, I don't have the energy. I don't feel like I have the energy to do it. But I gently nudged myself to go, made that move, started walking. And when I started, it was like each step I took, I was getting a little more tired. like, ooh, it wasn't just physical tiredness, but it was more emotional. Like, ooh, I don't know how long I'm going to last. But as I kept walking, I started tuning in, like, well, what can I do? How can I work with myself? And I was reminded of an affirmation I work with quite a bit. And the affirmation was, I'm experiencing soul awareness now. I'm experiencing soul awareness now. I'm experiencing soul awareness now. You know, when I first started saying it felt like, here we go back to the feelings. It felt like a lie. And I had to be honest. If someone had asked me, how are you feeling at the beginning of the walk? Like, well, every step I get, I feel a little tireder, more tired. But and also walking, this was in my neighborhood. So I know I've been here 23 years. And part of the process was, oh, it's the same trees, it's the same houses, it's the same sidewalk, even similar birds, the same rabbits. And there it was. It was like my experience was this mundane level and repetition. Like, I've done this hundreds of times. So I started working with the affirmation, I am experiencing self-awareness now as I walk. And I'm always looking for sparks. I'm always looking for lighters, let's put it that way. You know, to light a candle, light a campfire, usually you need a match or some source of fire. So in this case, my lighter was my affirmation, which I started saying to myself. And as I was saying it, I realized I started becoming aware of another reality. And that was the awareness of spirit. And I started tuning in. And, you know, tuning into that soul level, it was very nice. I started opening to it, to the awareness of it. And then an airplane came over and I focused on the airplane. Then I started thinking about how much lead is this airplane emitting, and am I breathing the lead? And I was out of the awareness of soul. Now I'm thinking about the airplane and my health, and am I breathing clean air? Which drew me right back down into same neighborhood. Is this all there is? Then back, I'm experiencing soul awareness now. Switch back into that. And as I did that, and this to me is always, you know, I don't lack for information on how to do these things. I mean, the information is overwhelming. But I find for myself, it's not an information problem. Like, how do I take the information and take it on a Thursday evening at 7 o'clock when soul, the level of spirit and awareness of spirit, the aliveness of spirit seems far away. So to me, it's like that's called being in the trenches. Looking at from that level, and how good am I? How skilled am I? And as I kept working, by the midway through the walk, which was about an hour walk, I already had started to experience a shift inside. And I did this through taking my attention. My intention was, I'm experiencing soul awareness now. And I kept giving that my attention. And as I did that, it came into view, and then it came in as an experiential, past the word level into I'm experiencing soul awareness now. It changed everything about my outlook. It changed everything about my experience of walking. Nothing changed on the outside. It was the same creek, same trees, same neighborhood, same houses. But there was now another dimension. And I was aware of the dimension. I was living in that dimension. And I found myself, I was able just to go back and forth, soul awareness. Oh, I'm walking in the neighborhood, soul awareness. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yes. Doctor, it's not Mr. Rogers, right? Mr. Rogers. I've been accused of being like Mr. Rogers, but I'll take that. I'll take that. So maybe I'm just seeing this time with you as another opportunity to practice. It's just another setting. I'm not walking in the neighborhood. I'm sitting here with you. And I ask, and I'm reminding myself, if I didn't ask, I'm asking now. I asked before we came on, let the light be with each one of us. Work with each one of us to bring forward whatever would be for each of our highest good. And it might be a good moment right now. It's like, well, what would you like? What would you like to ask of the light, the Christ consciousness? I was with someone the other day, and they were confessing to me that they were jealous of so-and-so. I won't mention names. Because that person had shared with them that they had achieved a place of peace in their life. And they were very happy that they had come to this awareness of peace with their life and how they lived it. They were older. And they, it's kind of like, I'm very much at peace. And when this person heard that, who was sharing with me, she said, I was so jealous of her because that's what I want. And she started judging herself for being jealous. It's like adding insult to injury. And I said, have you ever thought that jealousy is just a prayer? It's just a prayer like, Lord, I'd like to experience that. I'm not experiencing it as much as I'd like to now. And everything, I could just see everything in her shift. It's like, oh, I was using that against myself. And I realized, yes, that is my prayer. And it moved it right into a positive statement into greater reality. There's another quote I happen to have here that I didn't know if I'd use or not, but it sounds like it would be appropriate, but it's very similar to the first quote. This one I know the author of, John Roger, who has he transitioned about 10 years or so ago, but he's very much still around. He said, take the attitude that no matter where you look, no matter what you see, it is a manifestation of love. That which you see is love in front of you. Love may be many different sizes, shapes, and forms, but it's all love. Certainly, I don't know about you, but it can be challenging sometimes to see that whatever I'm seeing, whatever's in front of me, is a manifestation of love. And part of me would ask, well, how? How do you do that? How does one see that? How does one hear? How does that go past the word level into my experience? I'd say the only way that that's happened for me is through the power. Through the power of living love, I'm seeing love manifest in front of me now. Through the power of living love, I see love in you, that spark of divinity in you. I see your loving heart. Someone may take that statement and or that quote and maybe argue with, is everything a manifestation of love? I guess each one of us, and it's true, I think, can only answer that for ourselves. I'm in the process of answering it. I'm in the process. And what does that mean? It means there's some areas I don't see it as love. Therefore, I still have learning and growing to do. I still have an expansion of consciousness ahead of me. Because there are certain areas I'm not seeing. Is that bad news? I'd say, no, it's not bad news. It's or good news. It's just an awareness statement. You know, there's a, I guess this is quote warning, but there's another quote, dishonesty forfeits divine aid. Dishonesty forfeits divine aid. When I first heard that, I thought of that as like, oh, somebody who lies, they're not going to get God's help. But to me, the deeper meaning, more practical meaning, more valuable meaning for me is it's important that I am clear with myself and be honest. And one way I can do that's another focus. I'm experiencing self-awareness now. I'm experiencing self-awareness now. What's self-awareness? I'm aware that I'm in the process of learning to see everything manifested in this world as a manifestation of living love. And it's like Spirit says, great, that's true. Let's take it, let's go from there. But if I came here and said, I see everything as a manifestation of living love, that would be a clunker. And Spirit said, clunk. It's going to be harder to ignite the spark if I'm in that position. In other words, if I'm taking a position that's not based on reality and I'm not being honest. But I was taught at a very young age not to be too honest. So I got in a bad habit. And I also felt like I need to save face and also protect my self-image. The other day I had a little incident with let's just say a friend, okay? I don't like to mention names to protect the innocent, which I mean they are very innocent. Well, let's just put it this way. Through an interaction with an acquaintance, Spirit showed me an area where I was still judging myself. And when I judge myself, I block the flow of Spirit. And by the way, that will put out the fire. It'll put out the spark. And to me, it's not bad news to put out the spark, because if the spark's put out, I'll feel that and I'll have an awareness, not like my sparks. And Spirit says, great, you're right there on it, you're present. You're experiencing self-awareness now, you're being honest, you're being real. Let's go. We'll start right there. But how can I be self-aware in this moment if I'm in judgment? And this particular instance showed me I was judging myself for being petty. I was judging myself for being petty. Well, you know what? I just classified petty as not a manifestation of living love. And therefore is cutting myself off from part of creation. And the idea is God loves all its creation. When I saw that, I embraced pettiness. But I'm sorry, I judged you. Dan, you're free to be petty. You can be as petty as you want to be anytime, all the time if you want to. And when I came to that realization, I knew I was free towards it. I was free away from it. It no longer was an issue. What does that mean? It no longer was blocking me from being in the consciousness of God. And I actually started aligning into the freedom that is Spirit. It says, I love you. I've given you this life to experience everything that is for you. learn, to grow, expand, and use every experience for your learning, growing, and your advancement. So, where are we? I was just checking in to see if there's anything else. But I think one thing is for sure, one thing that may be a good way to, I wouldn't say end it, because I would say maybe a good way to start it. They say in spirit things are reversed. Starting is the end and the end is the start. So, since I'm not sure which is which, I'll just say, what if we put the rest in the hands of the Christ consciousness and us as us? And from once again our oneness with spirit, that we were born the Lord. Affirm that we're still involved in our process of unfoldment. I think that will be delivered to us in a way that's perfect and beyond our wildest imagination. It will always be for our highest good and highest good of all concerned. And the best thing that could have ever happened to us ever. And even in experiencing the best thing that can never happen to us, will always be yet to come. And so be it.
Thank you, Dan, and we'll hear from Teresa.
I'm lonely and I'm tired and I'm giving up the fight in my head, and I'm grounded and I'm surrounded by the beauty I know I'll forget. So please this time, oh God, this time, oh, oh, this time, please let me remember it. I'm lonely, but I'm happy, and I'm letting go of the things I regret. I'm simple and I'm single, yet I'm getting all that life has to give. So please this time, oh God, this time, oh, this time, please let me remember it. Now I'm driving through a valley with the Mississippi shining like glass, and I watch a baby spider spin his home between my window and my dash. Jeff Buckley is on the radio, showing me the way out of the past. And I see you, and you're smiling. You listen to the words that I say, and I'm happy, 'cause I am surrounded by the beauty that is everything. So please this time, oh God, this time, oh God, this time, oh, this time, please let me remember it.
Teresa, wordlessly thanking you. Beautiful. Thank you. So it's at this time that we go into our donation of love and light, and we've had lots of reminders of each today that we are love, we are light, and we offer both to everyone. So let us take a breath and be aware of that love and that light within us. Aware of everything we are experiencing in this moment, this precious moment. Aware we always have choice. We may choose in this moment to share this love and this light. We may allow it to expand and be shared with anyone that needs it. And we are reminded we can do this at any time with a choice. And so it is. We will hear from Teresa again.
I am a happy girl in am a happy girl. And though sometimes I get sad, I am a happy girl. I have an open heart. I have an open heart. And though sometimes I feel bad, I have an open heart. And I love this world, even when it hurts. I am a happy girl. I am a happy girl. I have a peaceful soul. I have a peaceful soul. Though sometimes I get mad, I have a peaceful soul. I have a quiet mind. I have a quiet mind. Though sometimes I react, I have a quiet mind. And I love this world, even when it hurts. I am a happy girl. I am a happy girl. And I love this world, even when it hurts. I am a happy girl. I am a happy girl. I am a happy girl. Though sometimes I get sad, I am a happy girl.